Hi everyone, I hope you guys are doing good. We are starting our third tutorial that is about Python. Okay, so in Python tutorial, we will start from the basics of Python and then we will learn advanced concepts of Python. Okay, so this is the first lecture. In first lecture, we are going to install Python on our Windows machine and then we will configure Python, on our system so that we should be able to write programs in Python and compile them. Okay, so let's start. Open your Internet Explorer, okay, and just write download Python for Windows, right? You'll get a download Python link. Just click on the first link, okay. So it will open a python.org no site with this is a Python download site, right? So everything is about Python in there. We also have documentations and other things. So first option, download the latest version of Windows. So it is 3.12.6, right? We have other release versions also available. So we can see that 3.13, it's in pre-release. So we are going to install 3.12. Okay. So let's just click on this one, download Python 3.12.6. So you can see it has started to download, right? So let's wait for download to get finished. So you can see now it has download has finished. Let's go to our downloads folder. So it has download this Python installer. So let me just create a folder in my K directory for Python. Okay. So it is Python. Okay. So here we are going to keep our installer. Okay. So let me move it from the downloads. So let me cut from here and put it here in our Python installer in this Python folder. Okay. Now just double click on this. Okay. So it has opened a wizard, right? So you can see install Python 3.12.6, 64-bit, right? My machine is 64-bit. And you can see it is installing in this path. C users, K Saurabh, app data, local programs, Python 312, right? So our Python 312 is getting installed, right? And it also includes idle. So idle is a client tool where you write your program like your notepad, right? So you write your program, you can run your program in idle, right? So just like a compiler. Then it also include pip and documentation. Okay, pip is package installer. Okay, Python package installer. So if you need any new package, right? So this will using this pip you can download those packages and install in your system and you use in your Python programs. Okay, so if you don't know like what are the packages, okay, so packages are like basic, packages are like simple folder, right, in which there is already pre-written programs are written, right, and you can use those programs in your own program, right, and you can use their operations, right. So also, so we'll click on this install now. Also, just checkbox this add python.exe to path. So it will, automatically add paths in your environment variable. So you don't need to do it manually. So just check this in. Okay. And I'm sure you have admin privileges on this system where you are installing, right? So you should have the admin privileges, right? So just click on this one first, install now. So it has started to install, you can see. So let's wait for installation to get finished. So yeah, so I think it is almost there. And yeah, so now you can see setup was successful, right? It has successfully installed Python in our system, right? So just now close this window, okay? So first thing we'll go in our programs, right? And we'll see if Python has been installed or not. So I'll just search here Python, right? So I can see one Python 3.12.6. So Python is installed. Another Python launcher is installed. Okay. So Python. This is the Python 3.1.2.1.2.6, right? So this is the Python we are going to use, and Python launcher is a program which can manage multiple Python. So suppose you installed another more version of Python, right, like Python 2 or some other version of Python 3, right? So Python launcher can manage all the Python installation, and it will always launch the latest one by default. Okay, so this is the work of Python launcher. So as you install Python, so by default Python and Python launcher both will be installed on your system, right? Now let's check in the command prompt. Okay, so open just command prompt. In command prompt, let me just enlarge it little bit. So how to check if Python is installed? You can write Python, okay, space dash dash version, right? So you can see Python 3.12.6 is installed, right? Along with that, pip is also installed, right? So let's check the version of pip dash dash version, right? Pip is package installer, right? Using this, we can download other packages which we can reuse in our programs, right? So you can see pip 24.2 is installed, right? This is the version of pip from, this is the path where pip is installed, right? In users, right? App data, local programs, Python 3.1.2 library, site packages. Inside that pip is installed, right? And pip is pointing to which Python right now? Our current Python, which is 3.12, right? So that's how we can check. Right, you can also type just Python and let's see what happens. So you can see your Python, uh, Python compiler has opened. Right now, you can write your Python program here itself in command prompt as well. Okay, right. So this is the way. Let's check in our files then this path. Okay, so let's go in this C users case sort of app data. Right, so let me just go here, see users, right? Case Saurav. So I can see app data is here, and you can see app data is a hidden folder. If it's not visible inside in your user, right? So what you have to do, you have to go in this view option, right? And you have to go in show, and then just check this hidden items, okay? Because app data is a hidden folder, so your app data folder will be visible. Just click on app data local, right? Inside local, we are in programs. Inside program, see Python, right? Python launcher and Python 3.1.2 is installed, right? So let's go in 3.1.2. So we have library, right? We also have scripts. So let's go in library. Library, we have site packages, right? So if you go in site packages, so you can see pip is installed, right? This is pip folder. So inside pip there are programs using which we can download other packages, right? Let me go back in Python 3.1.2, and there is also a folder called scripts, which is important, in which when once you install pip, right? So here pip scripts get saved. So this script folder is for that. Okay. So now let me go back in Python. Okay. So now we see that Python is installed in our system, right? Now we'll see if anything, if Python, if you type Python, right? So in your search box, so you will see an idle application has also been installed. So this is like a GUI where you can write your code and run your Python code. Okay, so idle, and it is based on Python 3.12. Right, this version of Python. So this is an application which also gets installed, right? So we'll open this app and run our programs. Okay. Before that, let me go back in environment variable and let's check what are the environment variable uh, has been set up. So if you go in environment variable and just click on path, Okay, so you see there are three, you see, let me make it little bit large. Okay, so you can see first three lines. This path has been automatically added by Python installer, right? Because we tick that add path checkbox, right? So you can see one is for Python, right? Middle one, and third one is for launcher, and first one is for scripts, right? PIP scripts, right? So three paths you have to add, right, for Python. So let me now close this. So just wanted to show you. Okay, and now let me open idle. Okay, so just click on this idle. Okay, so it will open a window. Okay, so this is our idle, right? So let me enlarge it. Okay, so we have here command prompt. Right here you can write your Python codes. Okay, so it is saying we have Python 3.12.6 version, right? You can explore other option in file. So if you expand file, so you have new file option. You can create new file, right? You can open a already saved Python file, right? And other things, you can go in recent files, right? You can save Python files, right? So how we save Python file? By .py extension. Okay, so we save all the Python programs using .py extension. Okay, so this is in file. Then you have edit. So just undo, redo, cut, copy, basic stuff, right? Then important one is if you go in option, so you have configure idle, right? So if you just click on here, right? So here you can see the font of this, font of this interface, right? You can also check set the size, right? So by default it comes 10, right? 10 or 20, right? So you can change size from here. So I think size is good, 22 is good. Otherwise, I can go ahead and increase it little bit more, like 25, and I can just click on apply, right? And it will apply. So you can see it has been enlarged, right? Next is highlights, right? So you can change the color of highlights when you write programs, right? So your keywords, Python keywords gets highlighted in different colors. So from here you can change the colors, right? And then you have keys. You can create your shortcut keys, right? Right, so these are basic, operations you can try. Okay, and yeah, so I think this is about this idle shell overview, right? Now let me just write a simple, command in Python. So let me just write print, okay, and in double inverted comma, I'm writing welcome, welcome, right? Welcome to Python, right? And just closing it by double inverted comma, close the bracket and just write enter. See, it has been printed. Welcome to Python, right? So now you can see this third arrow. That means it is ready to get the new command now, right? So it works like an interpreter, right? So you are writing command and you are getting the output, right? You can also write big programs Python here, right? But other way is to just click on file and click on new file. Okay, so it will open a editor for you where you can write Python programs. Okay, so let me just a little bit make it smaller, and here also you can write your program. So let me write a small same thing like a print option, like a print command. So print, I'm writing welcome to Python world, right? And I'm just closing it bracket, right? And if I'll pass enter, so it will take me to the next line, right? So you can write all your Python programs here, right? And to run, you have to go in run and just click on run module, or you can press F5, right? So as soon as you click on run module, it see what happens. So source must be saved. So it is asking me first save this, your Python program, and then you should run. So I'll say okay, and then I'll just so it opened a Python. It opened a window where I can save this program. Okay, so let me just go in a document and create a new folder where I'll write my all Python, save my all Python script, right? So let me create a folder Python, okay, and inside that Python, and I'll give just the name of program. So my first Python, right? My first Python, that is my file name, and save type as Python file. So just click on save. Right, so it automatically got saved and then see it ran, right? So what it did, it restarted the compiler. Why it restarted? Because it wants to forget about all the above variables. So suppose you have used something and you have set some variable, so it just want to forget about that. So it restarted the compiler and then it has run my Python program, which is saved in this path, and file name is my first python.py, right? And it has printed welcome to Python world, right? So I hope you guys, feeling comfortable with, installation and getting the overview of this idle cell, right? In the next lecture, we will learn more about, Python's basics, right? About the data types and other loops and all, right? Or controls, right? So we'll learn everything. So I hope you guys like this lecture. So if you guys like this lecture, please subscribe my channel. Yeah, thank you guys.